Okay. All right. So basically, we want a site to use. I mean, we could probably do something like Snapchat, and we can like find any really popular site and like try and do automation on it. Maybe we'll do it later, maybe because technically we should be able to. But let's find like a test project just so that we don't mess up people's stuff. Maybe later we'll start messing up people's websites. But yeah, let's just find a random nice website that we can just use it for like practice. Try these sites. Do we trust the first results? I think we do. Let's try it. Um, Google what? Woman. I mean, we could try this one. Right? It's maintained by Selenium framework for the specific purposes of testing out your automation tool. I guess that makes sense, right? I mean, this looks like a pretty legit site. It almost looks real. Like I wouldn't know the difference if I like didn't see it was automation practice. I think this is pretty good. I think we should use this. Yeah, there's like a lot we can do here. There's sign in. Yeah, this is plenty. This is almost like a real site. All right, yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna bookmark this and then um, actually, if you look at the site, you kind of want to buy some of this stuff too. It actually looks that legit. Okay. Anyways, all right, let's take some notes. Because there's no way we're gonna be organized if we don't take notes. So let's do like automation project 1. This will be our first project. And wait, why did it go to full screen mode? Pages. Let's do pages. I'm used to this. All right, but actually that looked kind of nicer. Anyways, all right. So we found our test project or test site, which is going to be this one. Oh, nice. Really? This is my first time seeing this. Yeah, I didn't even know this existed. That's because usually I don't trust the first Google results, so I don't click on it, and then I jump straight down to like some other ones here, and then I'm not sure if the other sites also listed. Seems like both sites had Google.com. But yeah, this is really good. I think we got lucky and just maybe it got really popular nowadays, and now it works. Let me see. Okay, this is much better. All right. So we have our test site, which is this, and let's bookmark this. Automation test site, my store. Done. Okay. Man, sometimes I don't want to leak my email, but it's too late at this point. I mean, if we're gonna use Google products, I'm gonna leak stuff, so it's okay. All right, so that's gonna be our test site. So that's like step number 1, right? You're working at a company and say they own this site, they maintain it, they develop it, and then they ask you to like test it using automation. So I would actually step back a little bit, right? I would, and this is just personal. Like I'm pretty sure other companies do it their own way. Like they might jump straight into automation and just basically start coding and building out their tests using code. But for me, maybe I'm more biased towards like the manual side. So I always try to like figure out how I would test this manually, and then I use automation as a way to kind of speed up my process, speed up my manual testing, and make it more efficient. I don't jump straight into automation. But yeah, I mean, I can't tell you which approach is better. I'm sure there are like success stories using both. it's just the way I think about automation. I think about it like imagine you're in McDonald's, right? And you have workers creating or making those burgers and things, and then um, if you use automation for it, and I don't know if you've seen the TikToks and stuff, but they now have like machines that can build a whole burger. They can like dump the fries in oil. So imagine that kind of automation to sort of like replace the worker or like help the worker do stuff that they wouldn't have to do, and then focus on other stuff like maybe cashiering instead of like making the burger. So like that's how I think of automation for software testing. Like I can test this site manually. I can check, hey, can I log in and stuff? But imagine if there was a program, which basically is the automation. Imagine there's a program that can help me go through the login flow and check if stuff is, if I can actually get through all of the pages or not. So that's how I see automation. And that's why I'm always like, that's why when I'm like giving a project, I'm like, okay, let's figure out what I do manually, right? Like, what are the steps that like how do I make that burger manually? And then once I figure out, okay, so this is how I do it, how can I make it more efficient? Like, how can I introduce robots to make the burgers for me? So yeah, maybe I'm biased, maybe I'm not. But yeah, this is the approach that we're gonna take for this automation project 1 for testing this site. I did say I want to jump straight into the coding though, so it's a little bit of a contradictory there. But yeah, I feel like on stream it'll be a little bit more fun if I jump into the coding. So I'm gonna kind of expedite the setup, the manual testing that I'm talking about. So before I even think about doing automation, what I would want to make sure is what is my manual process. And let's just say, right, I'm testing this site, and let's say I was asked to test, let's just pick 3 features off the top of our head. I think signing is like the most common one. So let's pick 3 features to test. So say our managers, a product manager asks us, hey, Felix, can you test sign-in on this site? Can you test adding a product to your cart? I think that's exciting, right? Sign-in is kind of boring, but like it's like the usual one that everybody does. So we kind of want to have something like that. And then yeah, the cart one. I think that one's fun. I think we'll get to like play around with a lot more if we pick something like that. So let's do adding stuff to the cart. Actually, let's make it even more fun. Let's just call it checkout. Let's do the whole checkout process, right? The whole checkout flow. And then for the last one, let's pick something kind of weird. What's a weird scenario to test? Like something that will like make our automation kind of complicated. I'm thinking this might be interesting, right? You have to handle something that pops up outside a web page. So maybe something like sending an email or subscribing to a newsletter and then confirming through email that you got the email. Now that would be pretty tricky, I feel. Let's do that. Yeah, so we're gonna do it in order of like easy to hard. Easy, sign in should be pretty easy. Checkout should be straightforward like sign in, but with more steps. So let's call that like intermediate. And then the hard one is where you gotta like maybe start thinking outside the box, which is sign up for newsletter. All right, so we got 3 features to test. Okay, so if I were to test this manually, some people just test it exploratory, and what they mean is that you don't go off of any like documentation. Like somebody won't write instructions for you. Hey, to test sign in, you gotta click on sign in. Create an account here. I feel like I can make one for free, because I do want to show you. But basically, it's just like You know what? Let's just do it. Let's do it.